In this video, I thought we would check out some Capsule buildable figures. This happens to be the Family Guy Capsule buildable figures, and you know how I feel when it comes to these capsules. Absolutely love these, and unfortunately here in Canada, you can't seem to find Family Guy, and even if you could, at about $1 a piece, you would never be able to find an entire set. However, I did find a set on eBay, picked it up, and we're going to be looking at these right now. I think there's a total of 8, because you get a couple of different Stewies. You get 3 Stewies, and of course you get Lois, Meg, Brian, and Chris. Of course, Peter as well. So yeah, we're going to have a look at these, and if you really like the Capsule buildable figures, for starters, you're in luck, because we're going to be looking at it in this video. But I also have, oh, there's Old Red joining us for this. I also have a Capsules buildable figures playlist. This is kind of like my weakness. You know, some people, when there's my guilty pleasure, if you will. Some collectors collect, figures, high-end statues and all that kind of stuff. But then there's these little novelty things that they periodically pick up from time to time. This is kind of like my vice, is the Capsule buildable figures. If you've ever had a chance to pick these up, or if you're a big fan of these, hopefully you will enjoy this video. So let me just show you how they work if you are new to the idea of what these, what are these? How do these come together? Well, in a vending machine, it would be about $1 here in Canada, or a loonie. You would buy these, and they would, of course, everybody knows a vending machine, these would drop out to the bottom, and they would come like this. So you have, for example, Peter's head. And once you remove the plastic, like I have already done, inside is the body. And you might find from time to time there's like a little bit of plastic and stuff residual. What you then do is take, see this little notch, this little curved area here? This attaches to the under section. You want the section that has the little curve on the head. And then you take the other part of the head and you put these together. Sometimes it takes a bit to kind of line everything up. There we go. And I always do the little twist test. So once I get these all lined up, do a little wiggle test, make sure everything is secure. And there you have Peter Griffin. Not bad looking. Not bad at all. He's got a little bit of a portly body. They all basically have the exact same body, so you'll notice when we're going through all of these, there's pretty much, they all look exactly the same, other than the printing is a little bit differently on the face and the body. There are tons of these available. We've already looked at some Marvel, some DC, and I think there's also, oh, of course, Warner Brothers. Looked at those. I'm trying to think of other ones. There are some Pixar ones. We're going to want to be picking those up at some point. But there's basically, oh, in South Park, there's Capsule buildable figures for everything. The only one I don't think there are capsules for is The Simpsons. Maybe there are, maybe I just haven't seen them. Next we have Lois. And you can tell that there's a little body in there or something that's in there. Just open up the head once again. And just taking the little curve, line everything up. Take the other side, connect the two. There we go. And sometimes the bottom doesn't quite snap into place. There we go. And there's Lois. Some of them obviously work a little bit better than others. Like Peter has naturally a round head and he's fat, so that fits a little bit better for him. Lois looks a little irregular. Looks like her head is about to explode. So there's Brian, or there's Peter, there's Lois. Funny enough, actually, when I picked these up on eBay, I think they called these Family Guy cake toppers, which actually makes no sense at all. I don't know why they would call them cake toppers, but you can also just look up Capsule buildables. Sometimes you'll find them that way as well. By far, this is one of my more guiltiest of pleasures for things to collect. I don't know what it is. I just really like Family Guy stuff. And we just unpeg that. Unpeg Meg. And I don't know which side is, ooh, there's just, yeah, that's one of the other issues with these Capsule buildable figures. Quality on paint is usually quite poor, as very apparent by this splotching all over her arm. And we just take the other half of Meg. Because the front and the back look exactly the same, I'm just going to assume that this is the front. Attach the two pieces together. Now with these too, you can mix and match these, I suppose. So if you wanted to if you want to be funny, you could add Peter's head to Meg's body, and so on and so forth. Meg is difficult to kind of get everything together. Again, the quality on these aren't the greatest. Meg being very obviously one of the worst of the batch. They're sometimes splotchy, but gosh darn it, I just absolutely love these. So there's Meg. Peter, Lois, Meg. Let's grab the Chris here. Chris, I think, might work a little bit better because much like Peter, he is a little on the hefty side. Okay, and we just separate the head. Take the lower body. Again, like a little splotchy, I'll admit it. I'm not gonna look at these with rose-colored glasses and admit that they are the greatest collectibles of all time. But I don't know, there's something about taking the body apart, adding it to the head. I mean, you get a little bit of posability just by the way that they all kind of come together. But over the course of rotating them, you might find sometimes the head comes loose. Yeah, the Chris, I think, works much like the Peter because they're already kind of hefty figures or hefty characters that the capsules work better for them. I feel also like Stewie will probably turn out pretty good. I think the entire set cost me only about $10. So if you think about it, $10 is a very affordable means of getting these rather than, you know, if you find these at a local store, vending machine, you badger your parents. Can I have $1? Can I have $1? Can I have $1? Until they finally give you $1. You get one of them. I mean, you obviously, if you want to go back and get more of these, you might find yourself getting 5 or 6 different Chris's before maybe you get yourself one Lois. So finding these on eBay a much more affordable means, and it also means you're going to get the entire set. So next we have Brian. This one is obviously front and back because there's the tail. We know right away which way is which. He also has a collar on the front. Again, you just kind of line the two pieces up. By this point of this video, I'm sure you're fairly familiar with how everything comes together. And there is Brian. Kind of has the same thing going as the Lois. Looks like his head is about to explode. But not bad, not bad. His body doesn't quite match to this head because it looks like this has probably been, whoops, I almost dropped him. The lower half has been painted. The top half is just plastic. So of course the two colors of white don't quite match one another. And then we have all these extra Stewies. Now the Stewie's facial expressions will change. He's also got a devil Stewie. But you have the more smirkier, arrogant Stewie and a more worried Stewie. I wonder if their bodies are going to be the same. Let's find out. It would be perfect if they made different bodies and not just go back to the same tried and true outfit that he always wears. Okay, let's separate these. Okay, so we have the regular Stewie Overalls. A little bit of paint. A little bit of paint there on the body. And again, I don't know, all of them look like they've been murdering somebody. There's this red paint all over them. That's the front, so we want to make sure. It doesn't really matter, because, I mean, you could put it on. Let's say we put it on the wrong way. You put it on the wrong way! No, let's say we... No, hold on. Let's say we put it on the wrong way. You can easily just... Like, say if you did it this way, and somebody screams at you, you just rotate it around. The Stewie kind of looks like that episode where they do that flashback as to how Stewie got that lemon-shaped head. I think Peter's like throwing him up in the air and he hits the ceiling and it squishes his head. This is kind of like pre-squished head Stewie. Like the expression though on his face. Now let's open up the other Stewies and see if he's got the exact same body. They could give him something different, like maybe give him his sleep onesie or something like that, so it's a little bit different than the other ones. But let's see if they copped out, gave us the exact same body. I've got the wrap keeps sticking to me. Don't you just hate that? Let's see if we got a different body. Okay, cool. All right. Worthy of picking up. Other than the faces, of course, different. At least the bodies, they didn't cop out. Didn't give us the exact same body for Stewie. Here we have diaper-wearing Stewie. Which, if you wanted to, you could replace the heads. Just have, you know, that Stewie, that Stewie. You know what? I might just I might just do that. I had the idea pop in my head. I've decided I'm going to run with it. You ever get an idea in your head and somebody just can't talk you out of it? I think I'm going to stick fireworks up my nose. Well, maybe let somebody talk you out of that. That's a bad idea. But I think Smug Stewie almost fits better for his overalls, in my honest opinion. And Worrisome Stewie, because maybe he has soiled his diaper, he's a little bit more concerned. Maybe Lois hasn't come into the room yet. He keeps crying. Lois isn't there. Where's Lois? Well, let's replace the two Stewie heads. I think this is a better choice myself, but that's just me. If you want to put Meg's body on this Stewie, you could do that as well. Or put Meg's head on the Stewie. Yeah, I think these heads work a little bit better the opposite way around. Just my own opinion. And then we have one more, and that is Devil Stewie. Now, do we think he's going to get like a devil body? That would work. Let's end this video. Would you call it unboxings? Let's end this video on a high note. Hey, and he has this little onesie, complete with the devil tail. Perfect. Perfecto mondo. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. You put that on the wrong way. He's still got blood all over his hands, though. What is the deal with this whole family covered in blood? Should we be concerned? I would be concerned. Maybe they were all painting? Yes, painting in blood. Okay, let's snap the head together. Okay. There we go. And wrong way. No, right way. There we go. We'll just turn the head around. Now, this would be a case where you don't necessarily have to replace the heads, because this, I think, fits perfectly, especially seeing as he's got the tail going there as well. Pick these up on eBay if you're just tuning into this video now. And once again, guilty pleasure of mine is these Capsule buildable figures. I think every time, periodically, I'll just go on eBay. I'll look up Capsule buildable figures and pick these up. I've already looked at the Marvel. I've already looked at the DC. South Park I haven't done the entire set of. I think I looked at those at one point, but I only picked up a couple odds and ends myself. I might actually try to scope out and get in some extras. Maybe get another set of those, and we'll cover those off in a video. But as an affordable set, I think you can't beat it. About $10. $10, and we got 8 figures, 8 Capsule buildable figures. Some of the properties work a little bit better than others. I think the Family Guy looked and ended up turning out pretty good, all things considered. The quality on them, let's not convince ourselves otherwise. The quality of these aren't the greatest, paint-wise especially. But there's something to be said for Capsule buildable figures where you can take the little bodies out of the heads, crack the heads open like an egg, and spill out its ooey gooey goodness, and take the body and add it to the head. And I think it's a nice looking collectible. May not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea. Today we were checking out Family Guy. It said cake toppers. It's not, I wouldn't really consider these cake toppers. I would consider these Family Guy buildable Capsule figures, which has a nice ring to it. That's might actually be what I put it as the title up at the top there. Family Guy Capsule buildable figures. We'll see. You guys can kind of just look at the top once this video is uploaded and see if I ended up going with that. I might even just put something completely different. But anything other than that, I think wouldn't make much sense. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button down below. Not only will you be able to see Capsule buildable figures, but you'll also be able to see other videos as well. Also, if this is your thing, maybe it's not everyone's thing, but if it's your thing and like to see more videos like this, let me know down below. There's also a playlist for Capsule buildable figures. So if you want to see the ones I've already done, like the Marvel and the DC and all those, check those out and let me know what you think in those videos, what you think of the figures. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.